One become a believer. Yeah.
And in such a case, there could be some tension. And Apostle Paul is saying that we should not go because of that. But if the unbeliever want to leave, then he or she is free to go. But there's a point I really want to make to drive home this point of the way God looks at divorce.
Yes.
If you look at the beginning and the end of the scripture,
Yes.
It's symbolic. Marriage is very symbolic to God.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
God's community started with marriage, and God's community is going to end with marriage.
Exactly.
Big love
So we should remember that God don't take marriage lightly.
No.
It doesn't. The redemptive plan of God is about the marriage of the Lamb to the church.
Yes.
And if you look at our marriage today, there's no redemption in our marriages.
It's
no redemption.
It's true.
So God has put us together to sharpen each other. So in a marriage, there must be a friction. There will be.
There will be.
So that you can be perfected.
Yes.
You know, when friction comes, what do we do? Is it the time to just go your way and I go my way? No. No.
But you know what?
It's time to humble yourself and let God deal with you and remove those things that are in your heart so that you can be pure for God.
But you know what? In the olden days, like if you remember the way Isaac, the sought a bride for Isaac, you know, the process of looking for a bride, preparing the bride, and then bring the bride home, all those things, the initial contact with the family and all those things, all of those things give the marriage very deep roots.
Yes.
But these days we are
Two
in a
people.
hurry to unite ourselves, to join
Yes.
ourselves.
Yes.
And so a lot of all those things, you know, leave cracks in the wall.
Exactly.
Which eventually cause the marriage to fall apart. You see, and these are the things that we are having to deal with today.
But if you look at the understanding of God in those days,
Yes.
it's completely different from
what we are
the way we
doing.
understand God now. Yeah. And if you look at the relationship, even within the family and the community, it's completely different from what we have now.
Yeah, exactly.
The individualistic life has
It is
destroyed
terrible.
a lot of things.
Yes.
It was not like that in the Old Testament. No. God is a God of community. And people do not do anything without that understanding.
Yes.
They submit to one another. If your father tells you, I'm going to look for a wife for you, you trust that father.
Yeah.
That he's going to look the best person, he's going to get that best person for you. And you submit to that. And it's not like that now.
No.
You talk to 18-year-old boy or
He
girl,
already
say,
has.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And they go their own way.
There was a, you know, because of our time, so there's a case where a pastor openly said that if ever, sorry, it's playing in the background, if ever he finds out that a man was abusing his wife in terms of physical abuse, I mean, hitting the wife, he himself will come and take the woman out of the home. In other words, he will separate her by force. Now, this is quite a strong.
What about the woman beating the man?
Same way.
Because some women are tough.
I'm telling you, something like one in our family.
Nobody hears about it.
This time it's only the women who are beating them.
They are really beating me, and that is very bad. And that's very, very bad.
My question is, does that also constitute a ground for people to separate, get divorced?
Maybe Pastor Elias will respond.
Well, I think that would be good for
out of experience, you know.
domestic violence.
And I went in and advised that they should just
Separate.
no. They said they should leave that situation and just try to bridge their differences and stay together. Before. And the next time I heard from somewhere, somebody was telling me, the woman that you went into counsel, the man has beaten her again.
Wow.
And the woman was telling another person, if she dies, then she's going to attribute the cause of her death to me because I am the one asking her to stay in the marriage. But when she's enjoying, I am not the one who's encouraging her.
Yeah.
So some of these issues, as a matter of fact, if this thing continues for a very long time, then I believe something needs to be done about that.
Exactly, and me too.
I
believe in that.
If it persisted for quite a long time,
Exactly.
one day will be a bad.
Listen, Pastor Elias, there's no problem without solution. I have such an experience also the last few months that the husband beat the wife. And before, even my wife knows, before a woman report the case, that means it has been happening many times. So I went into the home, and I talked to them, and the woman said, okay, what she want, because you should ask the woman or the one that has been beaten, what do you want?
Yes.
Thank God for that woman. She said she want the man to just leave for some time. Okay? Yeah. Which is reasonable, so that there can be peace in the home. Then we can begin to talk to them separately, so that everybody will settle down. Then later we bring them together. It is a very intensive counseling to help them understand the implication. And eventually the man begin to understand that this thing has been happening even in his own families.
Yes.
It's a kind of generation thing.
Yes.
Then we begin to deal with it. And I tell you, since that time now, more than 9 months now,
yes,
the man have really some bull, and they are enjoying themselves.
Wonderful.
If you have said that, oh, you've been beating him before, now just separate.
Well,
I mean, there's always a way out of every problem.
The issue is, I am not ruling out all the remedies just to salvage the situation. That's what I'm just saying, because it's like one time, no, that's not what. After doing all that it takes, and if it's not working, doctor, there is no any other thing that we have solutions to those things on this table.
If it's not working, we must find out why it's not working. And Jesus have solution to all. This word of God have solution to every problem. That's my own belief.
Yeah, I believe that.
If a man or a woman said he belongs to the community of God and is not responding to this word, then it's not true. That person, the heart is something is wrong.
That is our problem.
Well, you know, most of the time,
about the reality.
Yeah, but you know, Dr. Moses, you know, sometimes when you are not in a situation, you can easily look at it from a very parochial point of view. But I don't think there's anybody who will marry, and then you marry, and then you are enjoying the marriage, and then you all of a sudden will want to separate just because you want to hurt the other one or the other one. I think before people will come to that level of now separating, these are people who have loved themselves before. We are not talking about contracted marriage. We are talking about real marriage. They knew what it means to be married, and they knew what it means to be divorced. They know the consequences of separating and what is going to bring to the community, to their household, to their children. They know. No, they know. They are matured. No. There are circumstances. No. Man of God, listen. Even as they are talking about knowing the clue of the damage or the consequences, what about them being alive? Because it is when somebody is healthy that you will begin to want to think about somebody else. Would you now want, because you want a community to be preserved, and then you go through that? You were talking about women abusing men. There is an instance in my own family right now. A brother of mine who married a white woman. If you see how this lady is abusing my senior brother, who is a thoracic surgeon, who is so calm like my mother.
Understanding of God. That is my question.
That my brother goes to church and marries this girl, and they wedded in the church.
And the woman,
they wedded in the church.
The wedding in the church is not the key.
And after they have wedded, after they have wedded, she doesn't want to go to church anymore. So she doesn't want to go. So she doesn't want to go to church anymore. That's always the problem. For so many years, not till today.
Then you know the problem is already settled.
So
yeah,
and physically he's abusing the guy. Verbally he's abusing the guy. Every area. So would you allow that man to continue to be tormented and harassed all the days?
But as a pastor, if I'm involved from beginning, I would have advised him not to. Because we will have seen the green lines somewhere there. Don't go into this.
But they went in.
That is the history.
Some people have advised not to go into marriage, and they went into the marriage.
Yeah,
so if they are going to, I will not even be part of it.
No,
they can do whatever they want to do.
And that is the history I'm always talking about. That is the history. This thing today is a little bit not really coming out as time goes on, as time goes by. Before you realize it becomes big, and you can't even give a solution to that. These are some of the history that I'm talking about.
People don't fear God.
Any divorce, you don't just, if you look critically into it, there's always
the foundation.
The foundation, Yeah, that's true. People already even think in their mind, they are the person they are going to remarry.
Yeah.
They are just wait, okay, just wait. Those kind of things. They don't fear God. They don't fear God.
I said, just wait.
Yeah, just wait till I will settle the official thing
A
already.
man living with a woman for quite a long time, and living with a woman for a year in Europe. Yeah.
Jesus.
And after she realized, the man went on holidays. The woman realized, oh, somebody called from home. Oh, he has married somebody.
Look at that.
I've done the dowry and everything. The one he's living here with, I've not performed the dowry.
Wow.
And all these things come. I will encourage them to separate. Believe me.
Let me say something about the cross.
Yeah, go ahead.
The cross is a symbol of grace and sacrifice.
Yes.
Doctor,
So
preach to me.
I want to say that the church should stand firmly against divorce.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we should be very gracious to treat each case.
Countries on marriage.
Exactly. We should look critically at each case, because we can't allow couples to stay together and destroy each other.
No.
So we have to address each case and, prayerfully, ask God to help us to make the right decision.
Yes.
That's what I want to say.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
Yes. I think this whole topic is to look at analyze and to openly look at the issues surrounding marriage, divorce, and remarriage. We agree that divorce is happening in the church these days, and the rate is so alarming that we're trying to figure out
it's
why.
It's the same like the world.
Precisely.
There's no difference.
And so what is
It's
happening?
terrible.
So we want to see if there's a remedy to that. I think one of the things we are coming out with in this discussion is that if a marriage will get into problems along the line, then the basis, the root of it has to be looked at, the foundation has to be looked at. Something probably didn't go well at the beginning, and that needs to be addressed.
In fact, in our own church, you can't go to marry if you don't have 6 months of counseling.
Yes.
Counseling is so done. Is it not what the people tell you that you believe as a pastor?
Even some of them, while you are busy counseling them, and truths are beginning to come out, they hate you, and the next thing, they move out from your church and go to another church, and they go there, they marry them there.
Well, that's unfortunate. You can't do anything about that.
Of course, you cannot do. Yeah. So that's really an issue. We also looked at the issue of the being unequally yoked, and that aspect we didn't really get deep into that. But Pastor Elias started a little bit on that. When people are not really on the same level, the same plane, the same page, that also can give problems down the road. So I think for us as pastors and people who lead others to marry, we got to be very cautious of some of these things. Take into consideration before we give a permission for people to get married. I believe that when people want to marry in the city hall, they don't go through counseling. They just present their papers and then they just marry them.
Yeah.
But in the church it's different, because we want to really make sure that certain things are in place, that people don't start a journey and then fall apart along the way. Well, so on this note, we're going to close this discussion, but we still have to talk about the remarriage part. Is it that when people marry and divorce, they are not allowed to remarry, or they can remarry? This is going to be the topic of our next discussion.
Well, let us give us a tip before they sign up.
This is going to be the topic of our next discussion next.
And Apostle, I think you need to include. You see, we are talking about people going through counseling, but still, most of the counseling, after counseling, they enter into marriage. They say the marriage breaks.
I mean, what they do after the counseling.
After the counsel and they have been wedded together, everything, the marriage still collapses.
The breaks. Yes.
It's not even lesser. Most of
Jesus says something. Jesus says something. Only those who overcome. There's a lot of pressure on life and on relationship in the time in which we are living.
Yeah.
But Jesus said only those who overcome. So there's something to overcome.
There's something to overcome.
And the worst thing to overcome is yourself. If you cannot overcome yourself, you can't stay in a marriage.
Wow.
That is very true.
I like that. On this note, I want to say thank you, gentlemen, for coming past all the way from Edam. Thank you so very much.
It's a pleasure to be here.
I broke your Sabbath today. Pastor Elias, thank you once again. You have been very supportive. The Lord bless you all, gentlemen. Thank you so very much. Listeners, thank you. Stay tuned for our next program. We'll be talking about fitness and its benefits to our market community. God bless you. Stick around.